butts.
Really? Well, if you are in chat, you probably just heard pie. But anyway, let's do a quick sound check. So if you are in chat, let us know if we sound... Oh crap, hold on. They probably can't hear me because it's not showing. And it was before. What in the world? Hold on.
I can hear you.
Oh no, there we go.
Stream.
There we go. Okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Haha. All right. So let us know how we sound, if we're too loud or too soft. I can make some adjustments. But as of right now, it looks pretty good. Hey, Freyas! Thank you for joining us. And it looks like they can hear. Sweet. All right, cool. Well, with that, Pi, if you would like to go ahead and start us off.
I just wanted butts to be on my web captioner for as long as possible.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's so bright. Jesus, Krugel. All right. Hello, coworkers, and welcome to Back to the Motherlands, presented by Dicey Amazons and Critical Bard. It's an after show discussing the development and the events of Into the Motherlands campaign, featuring Tanya DePaz, Christina Ariel, Michael Sinclair II, DJ Knight, and storyteller Eugenio Vargas. You can find all of the socials in chat using the command !MLCast. I am one of your hosts, Pi, and this is Candy. If you would like to support our channel, we are sponsored by Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. Links are in the chat, and if you use the code Dicey Amazons, you can save 10% or more on your order.
Alrighty, and for today, our very first giveaway, we will be giving away a set of the Musalian Skies dice. They are so very pretty. Awesome colors.
Not red.
Not whatever. And so you can put !skies in chat. And at the a little bit later in the show, we will be giving those away. Oh, just a second. Let me check something. Okay, it did start, but it's being funky on my end for whatever reason, so...
Oh, it started. I'm in that hoe.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Get me the dice.
You do know you're disqualified, right?
What? I hate 2020. It's terrible.
All right, and with us here today, we have the producer of Into the Motherlands, Leoni. Hi, Leoni.
Hi, Candy. Hi, Pi. Hi, Tribe. How are you?
We're doing pretty good. How about you, Pi?
I'd be doing better if I could win some dice, but I'm okay. Let me stop playing. I will buy my own set of dice. It's okay. I'm not hurting.
No, they're nice dice. I can really understand. I mean, I'm quite tempted to enter, and I have a set, so I want a second set.
So it's we're very happy to have you, very happy and excited to have you with us today, Leoni.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been on air, and a while since been able to talk to Leoni.
Yes, it's been 2 weeks. So very happy to be back with you all, and to be talking about the last 3 episodes of Into the Motherlands. And with that, we are going to go ahead and start asking Leoni some questions.
Oh God, straight away. You normally do a recap of the episodes. Okay,
so
fine.
We have so many.
Yes.
We have so many episodes that the recap is going to be the questions, right? Because it was. I was putting my notes in for the recap, and we had hit 4 pages already, and I was like, Candy was like, okay, calm it down, Pi. That's too much. And so we trimmed the fat.
So yeah, the format for today is we'll sort of be going over the recap, then asking questions within that um, for the 3 episodes. But the very first set of questions are going to be non-episode specific. Um, so our very first question, Leoni, is so how does it feel to be working on this type of project with a full Black and people of color cast?
I knew this question was coming, and you'd think I'd prepare some answers, but mind blank. Okay,
It's all right.
it's 2 a.m. Give me a break.
Yes.
It does feel different. I'm going to say that. I mean, you know my work elsewhere, Candy. You're involved in it.
Yeah.
You know, I've always had mixed cast. I've always had diverse casts, but having all POC group, it definitely does feel different. It feels more, not necessarily more relaxed, because it's not like it's all fun and games. Like, we all take our roles and our jobs very, very seriously. But there's no code switching. There's no, having to watch one's words, or, double think your tone, or having to get your friends to tone check a message before you send it, or anything like that. So it strikes different in that sense. It feels good. It feels really good. I never thought in a million years I'd be involved in something like this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I remember we were having a conversation a couple of days before it was announced. And you were like, you didn't tell me anything because you couldn't. And you're just like, I'm super duper excited about something that is announcing soon. And I wish I could tell you, but I can't. But you were like, I'm super excited. And then the announcement came out 2 days later. And I'm like, that's probably what Leoni was talking about.
Exactly.
The stories line up.
Right. And then I was also excited.
It was the hardest secret ever that I had to keep in my life.
I bet.
Well, you did it well.
Thank you.
I would have got a journal just so I could exclusively write that one phrase, like, I'm producing for this show, like, and just over and over, so I can just get it off of my chest,
Luckily, like, my partner's in my house, so I just kept saying it to him. I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
What was his reaction to it?
My partner's not very involved in online. Like, he doesn't have a Twitter or an Instagram. He doesn't even have a Facebook.
Oh my God, is he actually a real person?
I think so. I mean, he makes me very hot in bed because he's just a radiator. So, so he must be real because I have no temperature. He was just like, I'm really proud of you, but I don't know who any of these people are. And I was like, let me educate you. Come with me.
You're going to learn today.
Right? Okay, so the next question kind of goes along with that one, but like, why is this project important?
Well, it's the reason which a lot of people that are either, Black or POC say. And as I announced on my Twitter earlier today, I'm 33 years old. And when I got involved in TTRPGs, the first thing I looked for was people that looked like me. Eventually, I think it was like a year in, I found Christina. And I was like, Black woman, I will consume everything. And then obviously as time went on, I found more. And it's really important to see yourself in the products that you consume. And I know some people don't get it. And there's no other way really to explain it other than it just feels good. Like, I haven't watched TV in years, and I ended up going home recently, and like my niece and nephew were watching some kids program, and there was just some like mixed kids on the screen, and it took me aback because I remember watching the same program, and I was just like, and and it just felt good. To see yourself on screen, to see yourself as a hero, to see yourself, doing fantasy, doing nerdy things, playing games. It feels good. So it's really important that, you know, Motherlands exists and this project exists, and that the people that are and the cast are doing what they do, and they do such a good job.
They really do. And just been like ecstatic over this whole thing since it started. And it's really like I've mentioned it before. I think when Tanya was on, but like it's the same reason we started Dicey Amazons, and I know a few other groups started as well, is because you know they weren't able to see themselves in the shows that were currently out. And so just seeing like more and more starting to pop up is super exciting.
Yeah. There's so many of us now. I love it.
Yeah. So how do you envision the future of Into the Motherlands?
It goes on forever.
Yeah, 6 seasons and a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
6 seasons and a anime series.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
That would be nice.
Mhm.
Yes.
I can see the intro now. No, but in all seriousness, I've enjoyed every minute of this project. If it continues, then, you know, blessed be. I hope it does, because it's sorely needed, especially in the TTRPG sphere. Because while more of us are popping up, we're still, you know, 1 out of 5 in a cast. It's very rare that you find 2 of us in a cast, unless it's here or on my channel, or you know, somewhere where it's super, super important. Because the more you see us, the more we're in the stratosphere, the more that we're in your face, the more people are going to go, hey, that one thing that I wanted to do always, this is kind of like a true story, I can do it too. And then they go off and become DMs and or GMs or storytellers and become players, and we have a million more Invictors and Silas and Kimbers popping up. So yeah, that's what I hope for the future.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. And yeah, that's what I'm actually hoping for the future of this as well. I want to see Into the Motherlands go very far, and I'm on board for any and all of it.
Well, here's hoping. We'll see what the future brings.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, how did you get into producing, and how long have you been doing it?
Okay, this one I did prepare. Okay, because I kind of had a feeling it was going to come up. So the very first time I ever produced a show, okay, not be on camera and just did the background, was when I worked at 505 Games. And we were launching a free-to-play game. It was actually a mobile port on PlayStation. And we knew that we were going to have a real hard time because people were already calling it shovelware and all sorts. And I had one of our brand ambassadors, and I was just like, hey, do you want to do this stream? And then we realized that we couldn't actually get the product to them. And when they had an injury, so they couldn't come to us. So I was just like, I'm going to learn how to stream. And this brand ambassador taught me everything I knew.
Nice.
Like OBS back then, AnkBot before it was Streamlabs chatbot.
Wow. Yeah.
And everything. And I had this cheap $600 computer. I also had my work laptop. We used a headset mic to pick up the microphone. I got a stand with this cheap Microsoft HD camera that was a $5, stuck on top of the stand with blue tack. Got a green sheet from the market. It was really, 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 really janky. And we live streamed the developers playing the game, running people through the channel, the tutorial. We did a giveaway, so everyone that played, all they had to do was give us their info. We'd send them free gems. And the launch was a huge success. An absolute success.
Wow.
We didn't expect to see it so positive, such a positive response. And that was the start of it. We did a couple more launches and a few other things. And then round about towards the end of my time at 505 Games, I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I was leaving, and the Dungeon Master was leaving, and we moved our game online. And eventually, we moved to streaming. And I just started hosting and making overlays, and then I joined a community, and then I left that community and made my own, and that is literally it. It started from a launch of a game with a janky setup, the most budget setup ever. And yeah, now we're sitting here with 3 screens, a Go XLR, and a Stream Deck for some reason.
The glow up is
right?
real.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. But also, I think it points out that like you don't have to wait until you have that dream setup to start streaming or hosting or doing that stuff. Like, you know, just get online and then you can build from there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely 100%. Like that computer did streams all right. Like the camera wasn't the best and my sound was awful, and most of the time the sound was missing.
Sounds like our beginning.
But, you know, 4 hours, there it was, constant.
Holds on just long enough, you know.
just long enough that it didn't set on fire or anything.
Yes, that's I think that's a lot of people's sort of beginnings with streaming and producing. But you know, you got to start somewhere, right?
100%.
I think you had a question, Pi, that was sort of related to that.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, I had a couple of questions involving like asking about producing. Are you talking about those?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you are on obviously like a huge time difference, right, from us right now. Like it's late at night. It's like the middle of the night where you're at. What goes into like what happens for Leoni during a production day, like during a day that like Into the Motherlands is happening or one of your other productions is happening, like that it's on a different time zone. How do you do?
Okay, so I start my day normally. Like I get up with my cats, I have my breakfast, hang out with my partner, answer emails and all the rest of it. And then I start to set up, which is hours and hours away. And I know that sounds quite insane, but I hate being in a rush. I hate it. I hate being... I did all this hours ago. Like when I woke up this morning, I put my hair in rollers. Like... I hate being in a rush. So I really like to take my time with stuff. So I start setting up, I start testing things, I start making everything's all right, I start checking in with people. I check our Slack to make sure there's like no changes or anything news coming up. And then, around about midday, no, it's not midday, it's around about 3:00. About 3:00, I go have a nap. I just go have a nap for about an hour, 2 hours. I just go sleep. I'm very good at lulling myself off to sleep. Oh, I need to sleep now. And then just go. And then usually, I wake up, start pottering around, have my dinner, save some of my dinner for later because they're going to go make me hungry at 2 a.m. And then round about 9 o'clock, I have my first Red Bull. And then the adrenaline and excitement that I'm going to see all these wonderful people hits me. And I'm just psyched. And then it happens. And very rarely during the stream, I'm tired. I can't type to save my life at that point because my mind is not tired, but my body certainly is. And it's just like, no fingers. I can't move that quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is pretty much it. Have a nap. Take your time. Have a Red Bull.
Naps are great.
Golden.
I wish that more naps were like integrated into my life as an adult. Like just the option of having a nap. Like here's an hour where you don't have to do anything,
When I was working in an office, I used to have a nap in my break time.
Oh, wow.
in my lunch break. I'm just like, yeah, just take a pillow, go in the meeting room. Peace.
I wish. I snore. Like, I'm embarrassed to fall asleep publicly because I know that it would be a spectacle that, I'm not prepared to deal with.
I am super jealous that y'all can take naps that easy. I have to be.
Stories.
I've tried a lot. And like, I have to be like super duper tired, like midday, to actually get in a good nap. Fortunately, with the new position at work, I'm super duper tired for 3-4 days out of the week anyway. So, like, it's, it gets there. But sometimes I'm just not tired enough, and I'm just like, I tried, and then just get up and go back about my day.
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you don't need to be unconscious, just rest the bones.
No, it don't work.
Oh, okay,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work.
Oh. Sorry.
But, lucky. So, the next question. So when you are producing it late at night, do you find yourself getting engrossed in the story, too engrossed in the story sometimes, and you're like, oh, hey, I'm producing this?
Well, they're all super entertaining, first of all.
Yes.
And yes, I do get too engrossed. Like, you remember when they were doing the dinner scene?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I was falling out of my seat, and I'm a little bit convinced that Eugenio ended the scene quick because I couldn't control myself. Last session also was a blast. I've now learned to duck down from my camera and just laugh. So you just see me go like this the entire time, where I'm just cracking up. I cry. Wiping away tears where I'm just laughing so much my sides hurt. So yeah, when you've got a team as good as our cast, it's impossible not to get engrossed in the story.
Yeah.
Which actually brought me to a question that I didn't write down because I thought it was a little ridiculous. And I didn't know how to word it to make it sound nice, but here we go. We're on air. We're just going to do this.
So we're friends.
Yeah. We played Among Us, a little murder between friends.
Yeah, a little murder between friends.
Yeah. So I love the way that Eugenio story tells. Right. I also love when the cast goes out of character and has those moments of oh, that was hilarious. I'm going to laugh right now. How do you deal with the spikes in volume? Because it goes from people being serious, something silly or awkward happens to someone being close to the mic and just kind of really you're peaking right now. How you deal with that?
So first of all, before we set up, I get sound checks. Everyone's talking anyway, so that's usually a really good sound check. I sometimes get DJ and Christina to do a separate sound check because they've got very specific character voices. And I literally just make sure they're just hitting that yellow. Mm-hmm. They're just hitting it. Mm-hmm. Also, I have a Go XLR, which is a mixer. So literally I blend them and peak them and bring them down live. So if I see they're all cracking up, I drop it down. When it goes back to normal, I bring it back up. So it's quite involved, but I can see the bar. I'm not focused on their faces in Zoom. I actually look at the overlay, and literally the only thing I really pay 100% attention to is the volume bar. So I mix them live.
Nice. That's amazing. I 100% thought that you do a set it and forget it. You set everything up, it's good to go, and then you just make sure nothing crashes during the actual stream.
I do that too. I mean, the team make it very easy on me. We plan when we're going to transition. I know what screens we're going to hit. Everyone's set up in their overlay. They're all professionals. They all know what they're doing. They're all handling chat. I don't need to pay attention to what they're actually doing. I can just literally enjoy the show, which is a little bit different when I do it on my own channel. I'm a lot more involved on what's going on the screen and all the rest of it. But my one job is they all look good. They all sound good. and my computer doesn't break. That's it. That's my 3 responsibilities.
Yeah.
So, and it's just here. I can play with all the dials and everything right now. So it's not like it's invasive. I just go, oh, it's hitting red, or oh, we're too high in the yellow. Bring it down a bit. It's quite. I don't know. I'm well versed in it. I've been doing this for a few years.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you could live mix. Like I was like, oh, I thought that was for like the fancier, more costly like production setups. So shows you how much I know.
I got my Go XLR for like £100. Like
what?
Hey, it was secondhand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Candy, we got to invest.
I'm on it.
This is the end of the stream. Are we going to raid someone or we're going to head out?
You're right. Sorry, y'all. Like I got to look.
I got to go window shopping.
Yeah. So with that question, you've already talked about the Go XLR. Is there any other like special tech that you use for producing?
A Stream Deck. It's a must.
Mm-hmm.
It's a must. I remember, I don't remember how long ago. Some time in the past when we were allowed outside, I used to change transitions like manually, and I used to turn camera covers manually. And I'd be so stressed. And I used to do this as a player. I used to do this as a DM. I don't know how I did this. It was a mess. I probably should go look back at those old episodes and be like, oh God, a mess. I really recommend getting a Stream Deck if you're serious about producing, because things like the intro, like cueing that wall of text, and Urban Bohemian's excellent silky smooth voice intro, that's all just a press of a button.
Mm-hmm.
And not having, when you're doing it manually, like you might forget to turn on the mic, you might forget to turn off mics, which has totally happened in the past.
It's all the time.
So, if we're going to break, we're going to break now. Press a button, it transitions, all the mics are cut. I don't need to worry, and mistakes don't happen. So those are my 2 pieces of kit. I actually got the Go XLR after it was announced because I was like, must have. Multiple screens is also a must have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've just got my 3rd. I kind of want a 4th. I will put it to good use. Trust me.
More screens means more productivity.
Yeah.
Scientifically proven.
So I am on the Stream Deck train. I do have one of those. Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
Great job.
I also have 2 screens right now, and I'm like, I'm trying real hard not to do a 3rd one just yet.
You need it.
I probably
wide screens. I had 2 wide screens, and I was like, I need a 3rd. Especially when we started doing the rolls on the screen, I was like, I need a 3rd.
That's where I'm at right now. I have 2 screens, but one is for work, like to my work laptop, and the other one's for play. Yeah, do it, Candy. Do it. You buy that 3rd monitor and you get a stand for it too.
Yeah, because right now, like the like when I DM, I'm also producing.
Rough.
And so like try to keep all those windows together, but then some of the other like community games that we do, like Dicey Debates and all those, like require like all of my space is taken up. And I'm just like, it would really be nice to have a 3rd monitor.
We'll start a collection, go around.
Oh, we don't need it. We got the funds for it. Like that's not the issue.
Oh. Never mind then.
It's just me. Like, oh man, I don't know. It's gonna happen eventually. I already know, but I'm trying to hold off for a little bit.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. I'll probably end up with one before the end of the
Friday
year.
sales. Yeah, all these Black Friday sales coming up. Candy, you better jump on the good train.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah. So if y'all want to produce some of the things that's nice to have, once you have been doing it for a little bit, Nice
Leoni
to
is a
have.
professional.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
It's so
Ain't no
weird
keys
to
in this
hear.
doohickey. You're just pushing buttons at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's so weird to hear. I'm a professional producer. It still
Yes.
doesn't feel real. If I'm honest, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just here doing it for a hobby.
well, it sounds natural to me.
Professional.
So, yeah.
Okay. And then, so did you have any more producing questions, Pi?
Yeah, you kind of went into it a little bit, Leonie. I wanted to know, like, on the past couple of episodes, there were flashbacks where there were like single. It was like just the storyteller and the PC that were on screen. Do you? I think you kind of alluded to that, but do you already know what screen's going to be required? What at what particular time in the stream so that you can like pre-program all of that stuff?
So I just feel like I should just grab my Stream Deck. Here we go. I'm gonna look at my Stream Deck.
This is actually tutorial, y'all. Get your pens and papers out.
There will be a quiz
Here we go.
later.
Look at my messy desk. Here, I'm gonna turn it around that way. So this is my Motherlands. Oh, why is the light so bright? Okay, you're just gonna have to imagine that these are all written things. So some of these you can see with the squares are like the multitask ones. There's a multitask button, and then some of them. So if I press this folder, you'll see that they're just single scenes.
Oh.
So sometimes you just need a single scene. Sometimes you need multiple. So I just kind of like, I think about how it's going to run, what I would press manually. Now I've just messed up my camera. But there we go.
Yeah.
What I would press manually and whether or not I need a single key or a double key. And yes, the crew and Eugenio lets me know, hey, we're going to be doing this. And then I go, okay, well, who's first? So I can then at least kind of like line them up like cards. Like if you kind of imagine it being like a pop-up book, you have what you need first at the foreground and then everything else behind it. And then we just switch up. I mean, sometimes I remember in the first episode, we were like, let's put the eye in the pause screen. That's happened on the fly. And I was just like, okay, quick, before we go to break, we have 5 minutes. And there was like a mad rush. So sometimes it's off the cuff, sometimes it's planned. It really depends on what we have, what we need. But I always ask and I'm always told if it's there.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah, another one? Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
That was it.
All right, cool. All right. So moving away from the producing questions, if
Now we're
you
getting
were
to the good stuff.
if you were to jump into this world, what culture of the known ones would be your first choice?
Solansi.
I am super excited to see if we see. I don't know if we're gonna actually see one this season, but
I hope so.
Yeah, like a little bit more. I'd like to see a little bit more of this.
Yeah, we only got the one scene with Invicta, right?
Yeah,
the recruitment scene.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no, I just absolutely love the concept of them. So yeah, hands down, Solansi.
Nice.
Yeah.
Next question.
Same.
All right. All right, so we can actually go into the episode specific questions now. Pi, do you want to start us off with episode 5?
Yeah, let's get into this. And for time's sake, I will not attempt to ask you all of the questions that I have here because it's a bunch.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick out some of the good ones. I'll try to be respectful of your time. So I'm calling episode 5 the spicy conversation because that's how it popped off. Like it got real hot and it made me uncomfortable where I was like eating dinner and was like, ooh, should I mute this or turn the volume down a little bit? I don't know. Okay. So, you already answered the question about what does your show day look like? So I wanted to know, did you have, or as you were watching, because you said to us before we went on air that you try to make sure you don't get any spoilers to not spoil your experience of the show, and I completely understand and respect that. But did you have any idea or did you think that the personalities are not going to mesh, i.e., Invicta and Captain Silent 919?
Just to clarify, yeah, it's not like spoilers, but also as a producer, it's your job to produce the show for an audience. So if I, the cast ask, was it a good show? Is it clear? If I'm super involved, I can't answer that honestly because obviously I'm super invested. But if I'm watching as an audience, as a producer, then I can give honest feedback. Yeah, it was good, or yes, I understand it, or no. So yeah, just to clarify that one. So it's deliberate because it's all open to me if I wanted to go read it, and I can ask all the questions I want. But yeah, but the spicy conversation. Did I think that? No. I knew it would all be all right in the end because, the crew are professional actors. That's what they are. They're performers. Yeah. So I knew that there would be conflict, and behind the scenes, they use the chat and touch base and reassure. And when we have breaks and when we end or start, they're always communicating, touching base. And if I remember correctly, please... I know Tanya's in the chat, so if I get this wrong, I'll know about it. I'm quite sure that the start of that, they were like, both Christina and Tanya were like, hey, we need to sit down and sort this out. And Hugh let me have a drink because it's a bit late.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Just needed a sip of drink. Was like, yeah, you can all do that. And we did have a plan, and it kind of changed because the party needed time to fix the wounds that happened. So did I have any doubt? No, because I saw the touching base behind the scenes in the chat on the wind down. So yeah, so I guess not as an audience, I was privy to information knowing that it would all be all right in the day. And they're professionals. They're going to sort it out. I don't have to worry about any of it.
I was nervous as hell. I was like, are they going to actually fight? Like PvP? Is this what we're going to happen now? Like, and speaking of which, I got to ask a spicy question. Who do you think would win, Invicta or Captain Silent 919?
Knew there would be a question that would be like, which one's your favorite? No, I didn't expect, okay, who would win in a fight?
See, with Pi, you can always expect these sort of questions.
If it came down to it, who's gonna keep, nuck if you buck? Who's gonna keep it greasy?
I'm not saying this because she's in chat. I think it's Invicta.
Wow, I think that's like twice now. I've asked the question pretty frequently. I think it's twice now that it's gotten to be Invicta. Yeah. Why fight when they can have sleepovers?
Yeah. That is so true.
Mm-hmm. But they're both very entertaining, though. Like the spicy conversation and the sleepovers.
Oh, yeah.
Very entertaining.
I'm pretty sure all of us were eye in that conversation. Just.
I know. Oh my god, I was doubled over at him and DJ.
I could not even. I could not. Like, that was one of those ones where I was like, how did y'all even get through that? Like, I know that you're muted, Leoni, but I would have, didn't matter. You would have heard me laughing because, oh my God.
Yeah.
Eddie, I woke Edison up. Like, that's how loud I was laughing.
I remembered it was so good.
And I just laugh too easy, so I would definitely have to be muted, like Eugenio sometimes, because I know I can see that he's probably made a noise, but he's muted. When some of these things happen, then that would have to be me, because I will be laughing.
I mean, all the cast can see me. When obviously the audience can't see me, but I'm there in the Zoom call just like this.
Yeah,
and so they can see me going. I play faces. I have no poker face. So I'm just like there with my snack.
Love it. I love it. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy that your video is on in Zoom, so they're like getting your reaction like in real time, like it's not delayed, like how Twitch does it. Yeah. That's great. Just great. Okay, so more speculative questions. Okay.
Oh, man.
What? Okay. Do you think, or maybe you heard it like through the grapevine, about any more backstory? Like are like any more like delving into like what happened before any of our characters came on to the Wistful Wish and on this mission for Torch?
I know when we did it, we all really enjoyed it. And there was rumors that we might do more. The screens are still set up, so whenever there's more, there'll be more. I don't know if there are going to be more for definite, but we were just like, yeah, we should do that again. That was very good, and that was it.
Whose backstory would you want to see first, and why? This is like the who's your favorite question, but you know, I'm fly about it.
I don't have a favorite. I'm just going to say.
Okay.
Silas. I'd like to see more of Silas' background because, Christina threw me that episode.
Oh,
for
yeah.
real. For real.
Like,
oh, man.
The feelings. And
Silas' growth. Sorry, go ahead.
I know, Silas' growth. Yeah. It was at that point that I realized that, she's not just this arrogant, I'm better than you android. She's actually compensating for deep anxieties, which I completely relate to, by the way. The more nervous I am, the more overconfident I get. So I'm just like, yes, this is big feelings. I totally get this. So yeah, I'd love to see more of Silas. Like maybe like the first day she activated.
Ooh,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely amazing. Yeah, I have so many questions for Christina, and I really hope that she signs up to like do one of the. I know we only have a few left, but I hope that she signs up. I saw her in voice chat in the Discord, which if you're not a part of the Discord for Into the Motherlands, there is one. It's great. People hang out in the voice chat during the stream. And it's nice. And so I popped in there for like the second half, and I didn't say anything, obviously, because like she's working and I did not want to bother her. But I had so many questions, and I ended up having to leave because I had another meeting to go to. But yeah, like her character arc growth, like in the last couple of episodes, has just been like eye-opening and very relatable on multiple levels. Like, and I want to know, like, how did you plan for that? Do you plan for that for all your characters? Like, is that how we're thinking about this now? Like, I need to work on my role-playing abilities now.
And it does have that effect. Even I'm like, wow, I'm terrible. I need to like go take some acting lessons. I don't know about the planning. I can't comment on that. But if you have looked at any of Christina's other work, like Pirates of Leviathan with Bob or
the songs, plural.
Yeah. Christina is just a constant professional, and it reflects through her entire body of work.
Absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone could clip this, Christina, please, ma'am. We were great. We stand you. We had tons of questions. So. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm going to say I don't have any more questions about episode 5. So did you want to take a break here, or did we want to?
Yeah, so we're gonna jump over to the fan art. We've got a couple of pieces to show, and then we'll do a break just after that, and we'll get back to questions when we come back. Alrighty, so let us switch on over.
Have you been keeping up with some of the fan art on Twitter, Leoni?
It's my job to go get the fan art and put it on the overlay every week. So yes.
Yes.
I keep up with everything.
Oh, it's so good. I really would like to see like a whole page of like all the fan art, maybe like consolidate it somewhere.
I do believe we were making a fan art page on the wiki. I will have to double check that because I haven't checked in on the wiki for a little bit. But yeah, that would be a great place for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's check out this
So-
this piece by R.R. Hooding. I
saw
found
this
her
this
on Twitter.
morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I had to reach out immediately. Hello.
Yeah, this one is so amazing, and like you're really getting to see sort of what Silent 919's hair can do.
Is
Going
there anything
into
that her
these-
braids can't do?
No,
Probably not. No. Mm-mm.
not one thing.
I don't. Yeah.
It's the ultimate multi-tier. Also, can we just appreciate the genius of having braids? Because
Sentient braid.
black women.
Oh,
a
just-
black woman's hair is her glory.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely.
So just literally having them as tools. I was just like, oh, I love this. Why would I never think of this?
The entire idea of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the entire idea of it. I love it.
And I know Pi is kind of using this IRL with
Oh, yeah.
yes. You want to tell?
Yeah. My mouse tail? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
My mouse tail? Yeah. It saved 2020 and the election. You're welcome. Yeah. So basically, like I have an undercut. And so my undercut had turned into like my quarantine fro, right? And so HP, High Priestess, aka Kalia, we all live in San Antonio, like all of the Dicey Amazons. So I went over to Kalia's house and she gave my undercut like a cut down, but then she left me a little start of a little mouse tail, So that's the energy that I'm saving 2020 with, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Keep doing it because things are picking up.
The week after I got the mouse tail cut and whatnot, I got a 10% raise at work. So
Dang.
started working.
You're right.
And it was way smaller then. Like I'd be conditioning it every day, So
Oh man. Okay. So happy about that conversation. All right. The next one that we have is by Guava. Ooh. Jagular. Yes. Yes.
yeah, I love it.
So we got the full cast here in their outfits, in their official outfits.
It's giving me In Living Color vibes, like Living Single vibes.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which, okay, so I have another question I'm going to ask you right now because I'm thinking about it. Into the Motherlands is blown up, right? And it's going to come from Twitch to another platform, another medium. Would you rather it be live action or animated?
Animated.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, there's reasonings for both,
Yeah, true.
Didn't even need to think about animation.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at Justice League. Justice League animation, very, very good.
Mhm.
Justice League movies.
Not that great. Not that great. Do I know something? Yeah, I do. I told you about the mouse tail, Cypher. It's working its magical powers.
Speaking it into existence.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
All the cast has to voice the characters. I'm not,
Yeah, oh,
I'm
yeah.
not- I'm not having anything else.
Oh, yeah, no.
It wouldn't.
That's,
It wouldn't.
That's their property.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's the mouse tail goals for 2022. We're gonna say, give it some time to
2022,
like
give it a little
simmer
time.
and reach the people and talk to people and whatnot. But
Put it out
yeah.
there. No. I'm all for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, like it's still like it's a baby rat tail, so it's got to grow and strengthen up and do its Voldemort thing where it eats smaller rat tails and becomes powerful.
Okay.
Those are the rules.
Yep. Oh, you know what? Just had a thought. Animated, but like Into the Spider-Verse style animated.
Ooh. Shut the front and the back door. That's amazing. Great idea.
That would
Yes.
be amazing.
Yes. Okay. We got plans. And then the last one from our favorite. Oh, I can't talk right now. Remy Lee Art.
Time to have a sip of water, I think.
Right? Yep. Hydrate. Y'all been talking all day. So
I bet.
but
I love
yes,
Remy's art.
and she's so quick with it.
She's so quick.
I'm
Did
like,
you see the spacesuits?
Yes.
We just finished the description. How did you get that? What kind of witchcraft? Whose soul did you sell? Who is your patron?
Yes.
Get some.
Yeah.
So quick.
Yes, absolutely. And just everything fits so well. And in this one, we got a little video.
Right? It's amazing. The
Should
little
make my new
cheeks.
profile picture.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna message him about that.
Yeah, right.
Do it.
No, afterwards.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we are going to pause here for a break. Less than 10 minutes, but probably more than 5. So we can get up, stretch our legs, take bio breaks, and you should do the same thing. So we will be back in just a moment. Hello, hello. We are back. Hey, y'all.
I was right. I was right down by my name tag.
And so I just saw Remy said I draw while I watch. I too live in Britain, so it's all a sleep deprived haze.
Oh my
You
goodness.
do that sleep deprived.
It's so nice to know that another
Oh my
Brit is
God.
up suffering with me. It's not suffering. It's
Yeah,
highly
but-
enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's suffering because like I'd be holding on to consciousness by the end of it, and it ends at like what 9 o'clock my time. I'd be tired.
I'm wired. I'm just like, and then just strip the audio for the podcast, tidy it up a little bit, cut out the music.
You do
There
the
we
same
go.
thing? Like you do that same day?
Yeah, literally, as soon as the show's over, I grab the downloads and I cut it, and then I upload it to a drive, and then go, here we go, and then it gets uploaded the next day. It's like my wind down thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Makes me
see that?
it like gets me ready for bed. It's like my last tick box for the day.
I meditate, which is it's not working, but you know, self care.
You know, my wind down when I like can actually do it is actually playing Animal Crossing. Like right before bed is for me. It's so relaxing. I'm just like, oh, let me collect my stuff. La, la, la. You know, at that point, I can't like go to the store or anything like to sell anything off. So I just collect everything. Takes 10 minutes. Do a couple little things, and then I'm like, okay, I kind of feel a little tired. like wind it down.
You should try that. I'm probably going to
Yeah.
try that tonight because
Yeah, you should give it a try.
I redecorated my entire house.
Wow. I still have yet to unpack my last 3 boxes from when I moved a couple months ago.
Leoni is talking about on Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Oh.
That will happen just before Christmas because I'm getting rid of my sofa and I'm getting a second desk, so I have a craft workbench.
Ooh,
So
nice.
I don't have to do it at my desk.
Wait, okay, now we're talking IRL? Or
Yeah.
we're talking
Yeah,
Animal
now we're talking
Crossing?
IRL.
Okay.
Because that totally could have been Animal Crossing too.
Yeah.
Technically, it's-
I do not know. I'm not a cool kid. I don't know. I don't have a Switch. So
Oh man. Okay. So for episode 6, we got some questions there.
Okay.
Did you want to take these 5?
sure.
And I'll take 7? Okay, cool. Go for it.
Yeah, cool beans.
All right.
Okay, so let me skip through the ones that we've already covered. Okay, so we have our first in episode 6. That was the one where they go over to the ship, and then Invicta and Scylla literally bust heads, and it's great. New here, who dis? Me? Pie? Candy? I don't know. Anyway, so in episode 6, we have our first bit of like actual like hand to hand hand to blade in Invicta's case combat. How do you think Akimba would have fared if he had the chance to go over there as well? Because we didn't get to see any Akimba fighting, but we know that he can. What do you think?
I mean, you've seen Akimba's character art. Like it's hinted there. I'm sure. I'm quite sure that Akimba could have handled his own. Akimba is my mother's favorite. Like she picks favorite. I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to.
Akimba sounds like the RPG version of like Idris Elba. I'm not saying his name right. I know I'm not. My mouth gets tired midway through that name. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, it's a lot of like vowels.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. Please correct me.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Okay, thank you. Yeah, he's basically like that. And I see the appeal, you know, like I'm still not sold that Akimba isn't a fuckboy. Not sold that he isn't, you know, like where's the proof for that? You see the accent, the sun's out, guns out, vest on? Okay.
Yeah, know what? It's a theory, and I see your logic.
DJ is making the people feel things, okay? And it is not, not called for, okay? All that sauciness.
I'm gonna capture this. I'm gonna send it to DJ.
That's so funny because if I ever do cosplay, I would probably cosplay as Akimba because we have basically the same haircut, and it would be super easy for me to do.
Also, I saw you stretch. You've got the guns for it as well.
Oh yeah, I'll be out here doing my yogas. Michael mentioned it during I think like the last episode, like that really hard yoga that's the kind of yoga that I do, and so like I felt seen and called out at the same time. I was like, wow, it's called Ashtanga. Okay, first, Michael, and second, it's amazing. Okay, strength through stretching, it's great.
Amazing.
Okay, so yeah, I do think that Akimba would be able to hold his own. I wish that we would have been able to see combat, and I hope that we get to see some combat in the future, because. Yeah, I want to see.
That's not a spoiler. I think this is me thinking about where the story is going. It makes sense that we'll probably see some more. I'll be intrigued to see some more, especially in the Cortex system, because we've seen how beautifully it handles role play. I'd like to see more of how it handles combat because both Silo and Captain Silo 919 and Invicta, they just cleared up. And I was just like, oh, it's over? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it. That's the tweet. Okay. 140 characters, we're done.
So quick. So yeah, I look forward to seeing more of that in the system.
Me too.
Same.
Okay, so I want to take a step back to, we were talking before the break about Captain Sila 919's character growth. I think that what Christina has brought to the character Captain Sila 919 is that learning versus experience are two different things, and you need both to be able to be successful at something. And so like she's learning on the fly at sometimes like how to like deal with her emotions and process things. And there's always a very interesting moment whenever Captain Sila 919 is learning something. What, in your opinion, would you like to see Captain Sila 919 learn next?
It's a very good question.
Thank you. I thought of it myself.
I would like to see Captain Silo 919 learn how to handle to not be in control.
Ooh.
Because everything is controlled.
I think she might be getting a bit of that now with like the emotional upgrade sort of taking a little bit more control. So I do see that, but that's when she's dealing sort of with people personally, like, but it's the situation or the ship or things like that. That's not quite happening yet. So I would like to see that for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's going to be a day where she's going to like relinquish, and once again, speculation, relinquish any kind of control of her, I don't know, title as captain?
I'd like to see that too. I'd just like to see what would happen. Just like goldfish fly on a wall. I mean, I'm not involved. I just watch, but I would like to see what happens when Sila's not in charge.
How will the Sila take orders?
Yeah, how does Sila take orders? How does Sila follow instead of lead? Because she's leading because she wants to learn how to lead. So she read about it and now she's experiencing it. I would very much like to see if she ever has just followed, or is that something she has not yet experienced yet?
Okay, thank you for the thoughtful question. That was a pretty deep question on the fly too. Yeah. So I appreciate the thoughtfulness of it. Okay. Last question for episode 6. In episode 6, we saw a new mechanic where the cast could buy an opportunity if Eugenio did a glitch in one of his roles as a hitch.
Yep.
As a storyteller. What other mechanics have you seen or do you like so far that are like just interesting mechanics that like I've never seen a mechanic like that where like the DM like Candy makes a bad roll and I benefit from it besides being able to be like, ha, your dice don't roll all 20s now.
So I've got the book now, and I've been reading through it. So I have to be careful because obviously, while we are powered by Cortex, there are some things that the developers are changing behind the scenes. So let me just try and sort this all out in my head.
Okay.
The thing that intrigues me the most about the Cortex system and the mechanics that we have seen thus far is I like how you build dice pools. And, the bigger your dice pool, the more risk you have to have a hitch. I like how hitches are not a detriment to you. So, that's also a benefit to the storyteller, but you also get something in return as a plot point that you can then use to do amazing things later. So it's also like risk and reward, but there's no like risk because there's all rewards there really. Another thing that I really like, and I'm not sure if that is unique to Cortex or it's unique to how the cast have built the game, but I love the fact that they've built their characters as they've gone. So they've kept points aside, and as they've developed, or as because we've all had those characters, those long-term characters, where things happen as you go along, and when you first have them, you have this idea of them, and then who you actually end up playing when you come to camera and come to screen or come to the table isn't necessarily who you've had in your mind's eye. So to have that flexibility to change things up and move stuff around, I really loved that. And I loved that openness of it because it's very different to say Dungeons or Dragons. It may be very similar in the Cypher system. I don't know. I have the Cypher book, but I find it really hard to read. So I haven't got very far in it. I'm stuck at character creation. So yeah, I love that. And it's very easy. That's another thing I really like about the Cortex system is it's really easy to pick up. And, that is just a benefit to... I was about to do it again. Tongue's dry.
I'm out of water.
You think I don't say his name like 20 times? Eugenio's teaching us as we play along, and he goes over the mechanics that we've already revisited. So it's always fresh, but it's also, from what I've read in the book, very easy to pick up and very, very quick. So I do appreciate that in the system as well.
All right.
Yeah. No, it seems pretty easy. I definitely would love to play a session in this system, in this world, and this. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So on to a few questions that I had from episode 7. So this I love this episode, and I try to remember. I think you might have made a post about it on Sunday, or your Monday, but about specifically this episode, because we do get to see sort of even more growth with Silent 919, but now we're really seeing how the cast and the characters are really starting to mesh even more with this episode. And so Invicta and Silent 919 had a conversation, another conversation about emotions and how to better make friends and to get to know people in this episode. So around that conversation, the questions that I have are what do you think of the bonding between Invicta and Silent 919 thus far up until this episode?
It's believable. because literally the crew were thrown together. Like, hey, you're going on a mission. Like, none of them knew each other post. And we've all been a storyteller ourselves. It's really hard when characters meet randomly in a tavern or whatever, clearing out some rats in a basement, whatever your trope is, and getting them to bond, because obviously everyone's a bit cagey at first, everyone's feeling each other out, no one knows where each other's walls and lines are. And, sometimes you accidentally press buttons and stuff. And I just think it's a credit to the cast to resolve it as quickly as they have. Because I've had sessions, 34 sessions down. And then they start to bond. Oh, phew, we finally got there. And it's the reason why on my own channel it's now a rule. You have to know at least one person here, just because I just don't want to deal with it. So it's a credit to the cast, and it's believable. Like they both push buttons for each other. They it got close. We all thought they were going to come to blows, but I think that's to do with the out of session conversations, the conversations that I have in chat. I see both Christina and Cypher reassuring each other. They check in. Was this okay? Was that okay? It's just kind of like that's how it works. As long as you communicate, and I'm quite sure there's lots of communication happening elsewhere that I don't see in private DMs and stuff. So they both actively worked on that. And the sleepover best thing.
Yes.
I don't know if that was inspired by the art or if it was just going to happen. I like to think it's a little bit from column A and a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think I answered your question. I don't know.
No, you did. And I was very happy to see that the sleepover did happen, because I could kind of feel that it was like possibly coming. I didn't know like if it would be this early, or if it'd be a little bit more down the road. But I did kind of feel like, based off of the growth of each of the characters, like that something like this was going to happen, and so they did it really well.
I mean, not counting session 0, I call it session 6 for me, even it's session 7 for you.
Yeah,
but it's halfway through our story of 12 episodes. We're just about to get to the meat of the adventure. It makes sense that the group should be bonded before they go take on whatever challenges in a bloody moon.
It does. It totally does.
Did we settle on the fact that the moon's haunted, right? Did we leave off on that part?
I saw that in chat. Everyone was like, yep, the moon's haunted. I don't know. I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you. I can't. I don't know. Something's going on with that moon. I know that much.
I'm pretty sure it's the Weeping Angels, and it's not because you're British, Leoni. It's because Weeping Angels are the most terrifying monster I've ever experienced.
I don't even watch.
Destiny players. And the moon's still haunted.
All right. So another question that I had from that conversation. So we got a little bit into detail, just a little bit about the cheese. So what we knew as watchers was that Invicta could not digest dairy, and this is the reason why she gave the cheese to Akimba. But Silent 919 did not know this, and so was really starting to feel those emotional upgrades.
Yeah.
When
passive aggressiveness was so strong.
It really was. So my question is, do you think Invicta should have let the cheese go bad, or did she make the right choice in giving it to Akimba?
I think I made the right choice.
Yeah.
If someone gave me something I don't eat, I give it to my other half. I'm just like, here, I don't like toffee. You love toffee. And then if my friend ever asks me, I go, thank you so much for the chocolates. I love them. I probably would have lied about it.
Yeah.
Victor is far more honest than I.
Right. Which was actually interesting that we saw like this learning experience happen from cheese.
Yes. So simple.
Right?
So simple.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also enjoyed that Ikemba and Ailai were allowed to join into with the sleepover towards the end. I actually kind of wish they would have gone into that a little bit more when they joined.
Unfortunately, we only streamed for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know.
If only.
But yeah, that was I did enjoy that part. So so during this episode, we finally arrive in our destination for this mission in Hathare. And so we arrive and we get this beautiful description of this large city as they're descending. And then we get to meet some other Hathareans. And I was like wondering when the Hatharean, I cannot remember that super long title at the moment, but the the Hatharean that came on the speaker as they were descending, talking to Silent 919 and seeing Bertrand like run over, like, oh hey, hold on a minute.
Let me tell you about this little minor cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even I believe it was Michael that brought it up, the code switching that happened because of this. And a lot of people don't know what code switching is. Some people do it and don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But to see that in and discussed in this RPG, I think was like, it was really cool.
I think that comes from it being a POC
Mhm.
cast, crew, development team. You know, everybody's pouring their life experiences, and whenever I get people going, you know, just as long as they're good, that's my people gesture. It doesn't matter what they look like, and I'm just like, when you grow up in a society like me, you, and Pi, we all have shared experiences because we're Black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Black British, so there's going to be some things slightly different, and then there's going to be even some things that are different because I'm a Black British Caribbean person, but then there'll be things that are similar. And when you have more people at the table from all walks of life working on a creative project, it's those, because we write from experiences. I remember when I did philosophy in college, you can't invent something new. It's impossible to invent something new. You invent something by what you have seen before. And then we were asked to draw a monster everyone got up and drew a monster on the whiteboard. And we all then broke it down on it being something that we had ever seen before. Oh, yes, that's based on an umbrella. That's based on a tornado. You have seen eyes before. And so when you have something that is just one voice from one part of the world, it's just going to be one thing, one note. And this is a discussion that I get into with my partner a lot. It's only when you go and have different life experiences, you know, travel or, you know, speak to people or share cultures or share new food or share in something that you start to see new things, because that's how it works. And yeah. I think literally code switching being in there doesn't surprise me that much. Literally just because, well, we're all PSC. We all code switch.
Sometimes even within different POC groups, we code switch.
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised, and I am very thankful that it is being talked about. I think POC does exist in role-playing games, but no one really talks about it. I think because of how wide it has been and how less that term has been used in those circles. So yeah, if we can, bring that terminology, that idea to the forefront, that you're changing the way that you talk in front of other people because of whatever reason. It's not a bad thing, but
Yeah. It just brings a little bit of realism to it. And it's just important.
Yeah.
You could just screen cap me on it, animate it. It's just important. So it's just important.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
this is the hill I'm dying on.
I'll be right there with you on the dying on that same hill.
Yeah, absolutely. So my last question has to do with the culture of the Hawthorns. So they go by their title, and they have these long, involved titles. So I'm gonna put you on the spot. As Leoni, what would be your title if you lived in a similar culture?
Well, at least we know what Leoni's thinking face looks like.
I hope it looks okay. I'm gonna watch
Absolutely.
it back and be like, let's go to this time zone. What does my thinking face look like?
It's a it's a hard question because you got to think about like all of the things that you have done or do and try to put that into a title.
I'm gonna go with a saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a saying. I am Leoni, jack of all trades, master of none.
Fair
enough. All right. Yeah.
You better ask the others that question because I want to see their thinking faces as well.
Yeah, no, that's like a super good question. I'm interested to see like how how everybody answers that now. Like, what is your title?
What is your title, Candy?
Oof.
Yeah, right back at you. No, both of you. I want to know both your titles now.
Oh God.
Yeah. Now I'm the interviewer. It's just. I know what your thinking faces look like.
Right.
It's not cute. That's not cute. Master. No. Yeah. Master Chief of Inter-networking butts.
I think butts need to be in there.
Period.
Yeah.
Basically saying I got a hose of different area codes. That's what it turned out to.
So I do a lot of things. So sort of like your jack of all trades, master of none. But I feel like I can put all of that under, I think, let's see, like master creator and how do I want to put the I feel like there's a better word, but learner.
Scholar? Neophyte.
Scholar.
Sorry, people ask me for what my day job. I work in localization. I'm basically a living thesaurus. So people go, I want a better word, and I'm just like, it's like it comes out of me like verbal diarrhea.
Yeah. No, I do like scholar. And it's funny because I actually did the same thing for a game. They're like, oh, I need another word for this, and I'm like, and they're like, that one. But yes, I do like scholar. So master creator and scholar. Because if I don't know how to do something, I'm going to go look it up and I'm going to learn how to do it. And you will probably think I'm a master at it, but that's I think that encompasses most of the stuff that I do. Yeah. But if I'm gonna think of something longer, I have to think about that one like offline. If I do, I'll post it on the Twitters.
Tweet it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Make sure you twat it.
Yeah. All right. So, that is all the questions that I had. Pi, did you have any other questions?
How did you become so amazing? Thank you for your time.
So, I was born in. No, joking. I won't.
In West Philadelphia.
Literally, I am mostly self-taught. I grew up on the internet. My stepfather had his own multimedia design business. So when he was learning Photoshop, I was right next to him at 8 years old learning Photoshop. I only started learning After Effects about 2 years ago. I taught myself off YouTube videos and any tutorial I could find online, downloading templates and then breaking them so I could figure out how they worked. Jewelry crafting. I watched my mother-in-law make a beaded ornament, and then I made a beaded ornament, and then she was like, here's a book, and I was like, cool. Just practice and setting your mind on something. Any tips on how to get into the industry in Britain? Game industry? Is that what you're asking for? Because if it is, DM me. My DMs are open. I may know of a QA job position opening that I can pretty much guarantee you an interview for, because my best friend is the QA lead. So,
oh wow! I mean,
just throw you at that. And QA is a great way to get into games. I'm going to go off on a complete tangent. I'll stop myself. I can go into a whole story about how I got into games. It was an accident. I wanted to, didn't think my face fitted, and then got into games by accident and realized that I'm never leaving because I'm here now. That's how that worked. Yeah, send me a DM and we can talk about that.
Alrighty. So, I am going to say it one more time. So you probably got a few minutes if you want to enter the giveaway for a set of the Musalian Skies dice from Die Hard Dice.
So pretty.
Yes.
So pretty. Do
it. Type in !skies in chat, and we'll be pulling that in just a few moments here. Okay. Alrighty.
You know I'm gonna win, right?
And then I will re-pull it.
You're invalidating my vote. Okay.
Love you, Pi. Love you, Pi.
You're silencing my voice. I need you to support Black women.
I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
no, it's a bit late.
I'm sorry.
I knew it was coming. Alrighty, you want to hit the outro?
Yeah. Let's do that while we let a few people sign up.
Yeah.
I'm doing my party parrot dance.
Right. I'll do it.
Yeah, it's the best thing about. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for turning in to Back to the Motherlands. Before we go, we want to thank Leoni again for joining us this evening. Please let the viewers know where they can find you.
So you can follow me on any social media, plus and gadgets, because I'm branded. I worked in marketing for 19 years. Not 19. 7. Sorry, I don't know how old I am. A long time. I've worked in marketing for a very long time, so I'm branded. So yeah, any social media, Class and Gadgets, you can find me on it. Don't add me on Facebook. It's just for my mum.
That's weird.
Although she follows me on Twitter now, so that's fun. And yes, I'm also run my own channel, Gold Heart Gaming, and of course on Sundays you can catch me in chat and behind the scenes on Cypher of Tears channel on the Motherlands, where I'll be laughing, crying, overreacting to the amazingness that happens on screen and joining in the fun.
Awesome. And you can find the rest of the cast at their socials in chat right now. We want to thank our sponsors, Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. Don't forget to use promo code Dicey Amazons at the links in chat. you can save 10% or more on your order for those. So let's go ahead and pull pick a winner. So we're gonna
I
close
can't wait
entries
to
here.
see you draw my name. It's going to be satisfying.
Who is it? Who
Pick
won?
winner. Ooh, we got
Aw.
Androcon_girl has won. So please DM. Actually, yes. Are you still in chat? If
Let's
you are
check
still in
he's
chat, let us know. If not, we will pick another winner. And while we're waiting on that, don't forget to watch Into the Motherlands on Sundays at 4 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and midnight BST. We look forward to fanning out with you all in chat and in the official Motherlands Discord. Like I said, we're usually in the voice chat, or at least hanging out in the live channel.
Mhm.
And one more thing that I would like to let you all know before we leave here is that we are hosting a con, basically. It's called Dicey Fest in February
Yay.
2021. And right now, we just want to know how you would like to participate and what you would like to see as far as people and games. And so please fill out that interest form if you have not already. And we're super excited to bring you as many games and panels and things as possible in February by majority POC and Black creators and other marginalized groups. So ready for this showcase here.
Do it.
And it looks like our winner is no longer in chat. So we are going to pick another one. And this time it's probably going to be Pi.
Yeah, it is.
Freyas! All right. Hey. We know you, Freyas. You're in our Discord. So I will get your information from there. Thank you to everybody that joined us in chat today, who lurked and all of that. And last thing, Dicey Amazons, remember that you are always welcome at our table. Thank you and have a good night.